WSAV TV3 Savannah. This is the News Center at 6.
Good evening. There are more new developments.
At least a week.
Good.
So it's going to continue to feel not much like winter. In fact, it's going to feel a lot like spring or even late fall, not really the heart of winter, which is where we are right now. Then by Thursday, it should begin to arrive from west to east, and Friday morning, it should begin to clear out. Here's what our forecast looks like then for tonight, as we'll look at temperatures.
But doctors caution that as with all medications, there can be certain side effects. Veronica Goetz, WSAV News Center, Savannah. In other health news tonight,
WSAV's Veronica Goetz joins us live with more. Veronica?
Yes, Jeff, they say it's the greatest show on earth.
Southern's football team gets honored for winning the national championship, of course. Ken Griner's in Statesboro right now. He'll have a full wrap-up of all the events tonight at 11.
And we say congratulations, and we will take you back live tonight at 11. Lisa Conklin will have more on the FBI search in Enterprise, Alabama.
Right now, stay tuned for NBC Nightly News. Good night.
Good night.
Congress is back in session and Social Security taxes are...
And now, coverage you can count on. This is WSAV News 3 tonight.
The News 3 Storm Team, the only team of 3 meteorologists in the coastal empire and low country. Huffines, Ryan, Kimball. Count on them to help keep you safe day in, day out.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Brad Huffines. This afternoon storm team tip: with low humidities and breezy weather, consider putting off any outdoor burning until the wetter climate returns this way. And wet weather might just be right around the corner between now and the end of the week.
Watch the News 3 Storm Team forecast tonight. Oprah on News 3.
Where can you find some new friends to help you take care of an old car? Find out as Lindy Brannon takes his Model A Ford and you just down the road.
After Oprah, watch News 3 at 6. After Oprah on News 3.
Good afternoon again. I'm Tina Tyus. A week from today, hurricane season begins. Only News 3 Storm Team takes a look at the birth of these huge storms.
After Oprah, watch News 3 at 6. After Oprah on News 3.
Good afternoon again. I'm Tina Tyus. The Supreme Court has ruled people can sue schools for not protecting their children from sexual harassment. How will this affect Savannah schools? Find out next.
After Oprah, watch News 3 at 6. After Oprah on News 3.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Tina Tyus. Are you wondering how long this dry, hot weather will last? Find out from the News 3 Storm Team coming up.
After Oprah, watch News 3 at 6.
Right now on News 3.
It will be fully investigated and, if necessary, prosecuted.
Schools can now be sued for not protecting students if the student feels they've been sexually harassed.
But find out why Savannah schools say the Supreme Court ruling won't change your child's classroom.
My mom doesn't let me watch it.
Why that?
So she thinks it's too violent, although it is fake.
The moves in pro wrestling might be fake, but are they teaching your children violence? Only News 3 looks into whether the fantasy goes too far.
And in today's weather headlines, the humidity takes a day off, high temperatures, but it feels more like the desert outside. In tonight's News 3 Extra, where tropical storms and hurricanes are birthed and how they're going to affect us this year. In tonight's Weather in Motion, flash flooding and why it's worse in the mountains as opposed to where we live, the coastal plain. That and a 7-day forecast that'll have you scurrying for your summertime clothes. It's all coming up.
News 3 at 6 starts now.
And now, coverage you can count on. WSAV News 3 at 6 starts now.
Good evening. I'm Jim Carswell.
And I'm Tina Tyus. Thanks for joining us. Sexual harassment in the workplace is frowned upon by society with laws protecting men and women who may fall victim to the activity.
Now, the U.S. Supreme Court says schools can be held responsible when one student sexually harasses another. The decision comes after a lawsuit from a 5th grade girl in Monroe County claims a classmate harassed her despite complaints to the school. Tonight's top story, News 3's Christy Lockhart talks with students and an educator about the decision.
It's getting worse every day.
Students say sexual harassment in schools should be treated the same as it is in the workplace.
In Chatham, Savannah, public schools already have a policy.
Georgia Public Television's money problems. Barnes today removed the board of the public broadcasting system and executive director Warner Rogers. He says the agency needs a complete makeover. The move comes after an audit revealed the agency had been operating in the red for 3 years.
No excuse for, and I'm not going to allow. Business would not allow an excuse for not keeping up with money, and neither am I.
Barnes says he'll name a new board chaired by Atlanta developer Kim King. King served as his campaign finance chairperson last year. A preliminary audit shows GPTV will probably have a $7 million deficit by this summer. Investigators may know what caused the accident that led to the death of pro wrestler Owen Hart. Kansas City police say the feathering in his costume may have gotten caught on a release cord, causing him to fall 70 feet from the cable used to lower him into the ring. The accident happened Sunday at a World Wrestling Federation event. Tonight, rival World Championship Wrestling comes to the Savannah Civic Center. Erny will have more on that in sports.
Do you think pro wrestlers should be marketed as role models to children? More than 250 of you called our interactive opinion poll. Only 14% of you who called said yes, pro wrestlers should be marketed as role models. 86% of you said no, they should not. Calls were tabulated by Corporate Message Services of Savannah. We'd like to thank you for calling. There's a lot more to see on News 3 at 6. Find out what motivated a woman to use every bit of her strength to fight and beat breast cancer. It's a News 3 Extra.
And Savannah has a new one-of-a-kind clothing store.
And your first look at weather shows the storm tracker Doppler radar. The heaviest storm on radar near Beaufort. It should be near Grays Hill at 6:07, Dale at 6:12, and Wilkins at 6:20. A closer look at Doppler radar and an extended look at your forecast. It's all just ahead.
You're watching WSAV News 3 at 6 with Jim Carswell and Tina Tyus, Chief Meteorologist Brad Huffines, and Erny Bonistall's sports coverage you can count on.
Started a business called Good Stuff that sold snacks and drinks on campus.
The first day of the shrimping season is almost over for Low Country and Coastal Empire.
Corporate academies train students for professions through internships with companies.
Where you need the rain, you'll get as much as you need. Let's take one quick look at this News 3 Storm Team Storm Tracker Doppler radar. This is the storm tracker with all of the arrows showing where the storm should move within half an hour. Notice all the rains moving east toward the east-northeast now at about 20-30 miles an hour. Heaviest rains on radar right now across parts of southern Beaufort County, just north of the Savannah River. Taking a closer look at what all is going on right now on Doppler radar, you see some areas of rain moving right on through now, and as the rains move by, heaviest rains again, Beaufort County. One very quick and very close look right into Beaufort County to take you to what the rains look like from Savannah right up north across portions of southern Charleston County. Heavy rains. With heavy rains, not necessarily severe weather, just heavy rains right here in Beaufort County, right along Highway 21. Also some heavy rains are along parts of I-95 near Ridgeland, and this is where the heaviest rain on radar is so far. Tonight's Weather in Motion takes a quick look as to what we're going to be seeing this summer as far as the forest fire danger. And you notice that across the country, where the dry weather has been, that's where we're seeing the highest fire danger. Across the nation's midsection, fairly well, pretty good amount of fire danger. You move to the south, and you're going to be seeing lots of fire danger, and especially down toward Florida, the weather looks really nasty because of the high fire danger. Offshore tomorrow, westerly wind shifting northerly 10 to 15 miles an hour, 3 to 5 foot seas. Offshore tomorrow as well, you'll see a high tide at 6:44 tonight, high tide again at 6:51. As we take a look at the next 7 days, you'll see temperatures in the upper 80s, lower 90s. Next few days, hit and miss scattered showers and thunderstorms. Weekend looking nice but hot.
Really good to see some folks getting rain right now.
Finally, we should get ours. If you haven't seen yours, it's coming.
All right, thanks, Brad. Next on News 3, breast cancer is the second leading killer among women. In a News 3 Extra, find out how you can beat the odds.
And it's National Seniors Day. See how some local folks are staying healthy.
With some very heavy rains and lots of lightning. We'll have updates if necessary tonight through your programming, and of course have an update tonight at 11, Tina.
All right, Brad, thank you. In case you missed it, here's a look back at our top story. News 3 military reporter Michael Jordan is the only local reporter in Hungary with 800 Beaufort Marines. They are preparing to participate in NATO airstrikes over Yugoslavia. We'll have more from Michael on News 3 tonight at 11.
From all of us at WSAV, thanks for making us your choice for news. Be sure to join me tomorrow morning on Cat Country 94. News 3 continues tonight at 11.
What is Savannah?
Savannah private school is set to close its doors for good, restoring Savannah's past.
Go see.
And stocking up in time for the holiday weekend.
And now, coverage you can count on. This is WSAV News 3 Tonight.
Good evening, I'm Jim Carswell. Thanks for joining us. Tina has the night off. After 50 years, a Coastal Empire school is closing its doors. St. Paul's Lutheran Day School is restructuring next fall, limiting its classes to daycare and pre-kindergarten. In tonight's top story, News 3's Terry Foster reports that parents are upset by the announcement.
Part of an effort to get Hungarian and Buford pilots familiar with each other as they work together here in Hungary as NATO allies. There are Buford planes in the air on a regular basis. Still no combat bombings over Serbia, although commanders say it will happen very soon. Marines here at Tosar Airfield are working very hard, 12-hour shifts. They're not allowed to leave base because of the threat level, but they do have a 24-hour chow hall and access to movies and television programs from home. They're living in very basic conditions, but happy and working hard. And commanders tell us the planes will be flying over Serbia very soon, and we'll certainly have that report for you. This is Michael Jordan reporting from Tosar Airfield in Hungary, WSAV News 3.
We should start getting some pictures out of Tosar Air Base in the next couple of days. The International War Crimes Tribunal indicts Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic for crimes against humanity. Milosevic becomes the first sitting head of state to face indictment for war crimes. Some worry about the diplomatic repercussions from the indictment and whether it will make Milosevic less likely to seek a peace deal for Kosovo. An American fugitive is one step closer to extradition from France. France's High Court has thrown out an appeal by Ira Einhorn. This story was recently featured in a made-for-TV movie on NBC. The court ruled Einhorn should return to the U.S. to stand trial for the murder of a woman 22 years ago. His extradition must still be approved by the French Prime Minister. The first lawsuit is filed in the Columbine High School massacre. The parents of one of the teens killed is suing the parents of the two boys who carried out the attack. They're seeking $250 million in damages. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold killed 12 students and one teacher during their rampage before killing themselves. Pieces of Savannah history being brought back to life through hard work and clear vision. When finished, they are expected to add to the historic district's already impressive ambiance. Places like the Lucas Theater and the Marshall House. In tonight's News 3 Extra, Glenn Zimmerman investigates the monster building projects of downtown Savannah.
The streets of Savannah echo with the sounds of construction. And this is a look at three of the largest projects in the downtown area.
Come on in.
And enter the last stages of rebuilding.
I can still taste the air. When I first walked in here, there were literally dead pigeons everywhere. Air was very stagnant, cobwebs.
Built in 1851, the Marshall House will be the oldest hotel in Savannah. It'll have 68 rooms. Let's go upstairs. Each floor will be dedicated to a different period in Savannah's history.
And this view has not been able to be seen in Savannah since probably the mid-1920s. So for 75 years, you haven't been able to do this.
When will it open?
Mid to late June.
Around the corner from the Marshall House stands the Lucas Theater. Times have changed, but they're trying to retain the Lucas as a slice of the past. Now, it would be nice to see on the inside, but unfortunately the construction company isn't giving us access. This is what the inside used to look like, but more than 5 years of restoration have changed things quite a bit.
And I understand the people in town are somewhat impatient at this point, but I think in a few more months we'll put all that to rest when the people go through the doors for the first time.
When's the opening date?
I think very early winter.
Last July, the city was buzzing with the possibility of SCAD's new project. What you're looking at is the proposed site of the Savannah College of Art and Design's new engineering building. But at this point, there's no guarantee that it'll actually happen. According to Nancy Weber, Executive Vice President at SCAD, the engineering school is still in the planning stages. Research and negotiations are continuing. Right now, SCAD doesn't own the building. Plans haven't even been drawn up. But with or without it, Savannah's past is in our near future. Glenn Zimmerman, WSAV News 3, reporting in the Coastal Empire.
Really can't wait to see those projects once they're finished. We'll be sure to let you know when they are completed in just a few months. Honoring Coastal Empire students for succeeding in the business world. Students from Windsor Forest and Groves High Schools gained experience running their own businesses. Tonight, they received recognition for their work in the 1999 Junior Achievement Student Company of the Year Awards. Windsor Forest High was selected as having the best overall company, and it received the Innovation and Creativity Award.
Midnight Enterprises was a company that worked very hard to improve our school in some ways, help out the school, and encourage other students in the school to participate.
Groves High was selected for having the best contribution to the community and its work providing gifts to the Children's Hospital at University Medical Center. Ahead on News 3 tonight, will the Braves have what it takes to win another game against the Brewers? Ernie will have the details. And in Health Watch, what you can do to ease that arthritis pain.
Well, your first forecast shows a very pleasant morning tomorrow morning, a low of 58 tonight with mostly clear skies, a cooler night tonight. For tomorrow, a high of 86 degrees with sunny skies, getting warmer. My 7-day forecast and a fly around the world is coming up.
And up next, the rush is on, but are you ready? We'll take you shopping for what you need to make your weekend complete.
You're watching WSAV News 3 Tonight with Jim Carswell and Tina Tyus, Chief Meteorologist Brad Huffines, and Erny Bonistall Sports. Coverage you can count on.